to fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is the Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. I've entitled this piece, China's Drug War Against America, but it's much more. This piece should sound the alarms in every democratic-loving country in the world. But I wonder. The links will be on my site. It's from the Trumpet magazine. Here's part of the piece. Americans are exposing themselves to a chemical attack. This ongoing assault has killed more than 700,000 people since 2000. The weapon is illicit drug use, and Americans are killing themselves with it. In addition to these overdose deaths, roughly 100,000 Americans have been killed in drug-related homicides. This epidemic of illegal drug use is costing the economy over $1 trillion. That's $1 trillion per year, and destroying the willpower of millions of people who use these chemical weapons on themselves. Since 1 in 6 Americans under the age of 34 use illicit drugs on a monthly basis, America's self-inflicted damage is going to get worse and worse. If a foreign enemy wanted to undermine America from within, facilitating the flow of illicit drugs into the country would be an effective way to do it. The People's Republic of China have adopted just such a strategy. According to the United States Senate report released in January, Americans illegally purchased $800 million worth of fentanyl pills directly from Chinese chemical labs over a 2-year period. American customers used digital currencies like Bitcoin to remain anonymous, and Chinese sellers mailed their fentanyl through the US Postal Service. Chinese labs have partnered with Mexican cartels to smuggle fentanyl into America. Mexico's National Security Commissioner told the newspaper Reformer the most fentanyl entering Mexico from China comes through the port of Manzanillo. Once the fentanyl is unloaded at the docks, it is smuggled into the US by either a long-term established Sinaloa drug cartel or the up-and-coming Jalisco New Generation cartel. And the piece continues, but it must be clear to those who want to see that China is no friend of the West, and we must all decouple our ever-growing dependence on their wares. And it isn't just drugs, it's cheap goods, because at the end of the day, that's an addiction as well. We're all guilty of it, or most of us are, because when you look at this, it is an addiction, all of its own, and we are all the addicts. Your thoughts? You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. You can now find us on Spotify. Just go to the podcast section and type Canadian Politics with a Twist and you'll find us. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio, and please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.